I'm going to read the first couple pages from A Day's Work by Eve Bunting. Francisco stood in the parking lot with his grandfather and the other men. It was the first time he'd been there. A truck cruised along, slowed. The driver held up 3 fingers. "Bricklaying. I need 3 men," he called. 5 men jumped in the back. "Only 3, the driver said, and 2 had to get out. The workers left in the parking lot grumbled and shuffled around. Francisco's grandfather shivered. "Hace frío," he said. "It is cold because it is still early. It will be hot later. You will see," Francisco said in Spanish. "Why did you bring a kid?" one of the men asked. "No one will hire you with a kid. He belongs in school." "It's Saturday," Francisco said. "My abuelo, my grandfather, does not speak English yet. He came to California only 2 days ago to live with my mother and me." Francisco swallowed. "We have been alone since my father died. I'm going to help my abuelo get work." He took his grandfather's cold, rough hand and smiled up at him. Abuelo was tall and skinny as an old tree. Already Francisco loved him. When there was money to spare, they'd get him a jacket like Francisco's with sleeves long enough to cover his hands, and an LA Lakers cap like Francisco's too. A Day's Work would be a great introduction to a unit on immigration, or a unit that contains immigration. It just really brings the humanity of what it's like to be an immigrant in this country. And I think it would also be a great book to do a think aloud with.